Hey,
Yo,
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 hey,
woo,
yo. A
woo.
familiar face is back. A new
Mm,
challenger has entered the chat. Tyler, how
mm.
are you doing? Welcome back.
Oh, yeah. Good to be back. Wish I had been. If I had to be gone, wish it was under better circumstances. But rest in peace, Uncle Mark. It was good to see some friends and family.
Of
This weekend that
course.
I haven't seen since the before times. But no, glad to be back. Unfortunately, didn't get to catch a lot of sports this weekend, but what I did catch, we'll definitely be talking about here. But again, glad to be back. Glad to be out of shitty Inland Empire traffic. Oh my God, I forgot how much I hate Inland Empire traffic.
Oh, it's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah.
I still have a soft spot in my heart. I love the IE as a UCR alumnus. But, yeah, the traffic, nah, son, nah.
I will gladly sit on the 5 or the 405 or the 210 or anything else before I get on the 60, the 91, the 215. They can all kiss my ass. I hate them all.
Well, the 91 is just like
The worst.
the deepest pit of hell that you could ever.
Wait,
And they expanded it so far, they destroyed one of my favorite bars ever. They added
AT's.
like 3 lanes,
RIP.
and it still sucks.
So one time I remember visiting you. It was during a week because I was like late hanging out at your place in the Empire. I got on the 91 at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday, and it was still backed up to hell.
Yeah,
Well,
sounds about right.
fuck that place, man. Oh, I hate that so much. Ron, before I get too angry about Southern California traffic, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good. It has, well, again, relative. So, as you can see, it's too damn hot, Kings, today.
Mm.
But again, relative to Bakersfield, it was, well, a little bit over 100, I'm sure, today. But the
Oh, yeah.
humidity came
Okay.
through. Humidity came through the last few
Ooh.
days, and it's been a little steamy out here.
Ooh. No good.
But beyond that, all good. Got to go with CEO Nick. We got to sort of walk around, celebrate the Pride festivities over in Hillcrest.
Okay.
Quite a scene.
I bet.
Shout out. And did also yesterday get to go to, finally, the first time in 2 years, back to the track.
Yes. No.
Well, you can hear there.
The all too familiar sounds.
Yeah, that one didn't end well. But it was just exciting. You see him come around the stretch run. Everyone gets all hyped up. It's definitely different because you have to like make a reservation to get a ticket. So they're still kind of spacing people out. They didn't have little thing. They're not doing the concerts this year, which sucks. They're not doing like very kind of basic. They don't have like straws and stuff like that. I mean, they're trying to keep it as safe as possible. So who knows what's going to happen? I know LA, they're back to the mask indoor thing. Hopefully, probably coming here soon, but I don't know. But it's just exciting to get out there and go back to the track. Special place in my heart. But yeah, it was a good weekend. Got to see a pretty decent amount of the British Open. Didn't really get to see too much of the NBA Finals game on Saturday. Just kind of had to fill myself in, afterwards on that. But we do have something to talk about on that. A couple things. But I do want to start right off the top here with the aforementioned the Open / the British Open.
It's the British Open.
Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. You keep it real. Collin Morikawa. Shout out to Eddie Justin. I see maybe on deck here to potentially hop on. One of his pre-tournament favorites. Louis definitely fell off, especially with the Sunday +1. Not ideal. But hey, as I pointed out on my sign, hey, Collin opened up +5,000. So some money was there to be made. And my boy was rolling it. you could see that, right? No 3-putts. 4 days, no 3-putts. Pretty damn solid. And I thought, I didn't know what was going to happen, but the way that Saturday ended was kind of weird because I got to see a lot of that. I was kind of FaceTiming with the Baron throughout that. Louis just kind of played it close to the vest, sort of just managing his way around the course. Spieth and Morikawa were sort of making a charge, but he was like, I'm still in front. They haven't quite caught me yet. So he was just sort of playing it out. And, who knows? Golf is such an individual mental game. He still had more than a chance on Sunday, but he kind of fell off. The one thing I will say about Saturday, though, and if we get No ID Justin on here to speak about it, Spieth at the end, it was, look, he all right, you take a birdie on the 17th, or a bogey, I'm sorry, and then just a terrible bogey on the 18th hole. That was really damning to me, but okay, like, you still have another chance tomorrow. You're not completely out of it. The thing that really bothered me the most was that he just ran immediately to the practice green. I get that. Maybe you want to get it out of your system, like roll some more putts out. That he was still missing the same, like, 4 and 5 foot putts. And now it's all over international TV. It's just like, dude, maybe we just regroup. Maybe we don't think about golf for a couple hours. We come back in the morning, we just kick ass. But no, he ran off the green, which I have to upload that video because I have that as well. But straight to the practice green, I just thought was not where he needed to be at that point.
No.
Again, just me. Hindsight's 2020. Can't really judge. He still came in second, so it's a pretty healthy payday. I'm not gonna, that's more money than I'll ever make in my life, probably. But coming off the 18th green on Saturday, he just busted out of there. Down the tunnel. Just, oh no.
Can we put, like, the Ultimate Warriors theme song on top of that, since the Warrior loved to do the running entrance?
No, we cannot. We cannot.
Oh, okay.
We certainly cannot afford that.
We would get sued on two sides by WWE for using their music and Golf Channel for.
Well, I know they got lawyers. I know they got lawyers. And golf is crazy with their copyright. So
that is true.
Don't even get me sucked into that. But shout out to Morikawa. Shoot, first 2 times out, and the PGA Championship, and now the British Open, won them both. So nowhere to go but up. I know Spieth was kind of on the same track, and now he's only got 3, and 4 or 5 years older now. So anything can happen in golf because there's always the next guy is always coming. But Morikawa seems like, you never know again, but I like the way he swings. It's very easy, like, repeatable swing. Kind of what I like about Louis, honestly. Very easy swing. That just puts you in a decent place, most of the time. Like, you're going to contend. So this guy, I think sky's the limit for him, being so young.
Yeah, obviously, look, huge win for him there. I was definitely surprised. The first 3 rounds, it looked like Louis was just going to kind of cruise. I thought he was just playing so well, and then not a good final round. Pretty bad time to have your worst round on the final day when you're out the lead. But Morikawa just man, he was just what's the term they use, on plane, just with all his shots. Especially that whole final round, just absolutely great round from him. Was hoping for a better round from my guy Bryson, although, well, he had a good 4th round. He just didn't have a good first through 3rd round. Bryson shooting a 65 on the final day, saying he's going to learn from that and take that going forward. But the bits and pieces tournament I got to see. I did get to see a bit of Morikawa on Sunday. Obviously, he was looking great. How old is he? 20.
He's 24 right now.
24.
Hasn't even turned 25.
Yeah, that's scary because he's only going to get better. Like, he's only getting better. We're looking at a guy that we could be seeing on top for quite some time.
Well, if you look at the top there, outside of Louis, which, again, he's still probably got maybe another major or 2 in him. But Spieth is, I think he's only 27, so he's by no means over the hill. Rahm, I think, is 26 or 27, and he made a nice charge on Sunday to post that -4. Koepka with a big round on Sunday, -5. But that's kind of the wild card with golf because there's so many like up and coming young guys that are just like I said, Spieth was tabbed as this guy when he was 23 or 4 when he had his first two, and now he's sitting on 3 4 years later. So it comes and goes, but just happy for Morikawa. Seems like a really good dude. Pretty humble guy. I don't think he's like too much in his own head. I mean, who knows what kind of like mental tricks that plays on you, being probably at this point you have to say he's going to be like in the top 3 or 4 in the world rankings wise after this. So that pressure can do a lot of things, but it seems like he's kind of even keeled enough to really, especially the way he played that last round. He was just like, if you are in contention or leading by 1 or 2 shots on a major on Sunday, even just that like steady play, that's kind of like mentally affecting the other guys. Like, man, this guy's he's not giving me any kind of window here. And he was making some tough putts. He was doing what he had to do, just like, all right, well, I'm going to stay the course here. Catch me if you can. And no one could.
Yeah, no, big shout out to him. And like Justin's saying here, nice to see the Americans looking good for the Ryder Cup coming up here.
That's right. His colors don't run. Actually, I did not see Tony Finau where he be now at the end, but it seemed he definitely got some money. That's all I know.
Sure.
As we move on, we did have on Saturday we had Game 5 of the NBA Finals. A little bit of a turning point, perhaps, but we'll see because Game 6 is tomorrow night. At this point, I would like to bring in on the Celebrity Hotline the CEO of the program. I don't know how much he got to take in of this game, but coming in tonight on the Chew Dental Lab Celebrity Hotline, we do have the CEO of the program, Mr. Nick Barrios. Nick, how are you doing this evening?
Great. How are you guys? Connor set up to the big homies. Say what up, homie.
Hey,
Chew Dental. Isn't that where Connor got fixed? Was that Chew Dental?
Yes, it was that fixed. And he's still humping like crazy.
Well, that explains a lot.
I don't know what. Nothing changed. This man is just still the best grounded pound in San Diego. And he doesn't have a broken leg. I don't know what the rumors are. Doesn't have a broken leg.
Well, I don't know how much you got to see of it as well. Like I said, I kind of had to fill myself in afterwards. But the Bucks did get the win here to take the lead in the series, kind of put Phoenix, to the sword here. The first team to win on the road, that kind of thing. So,
yes.
And I thought the main thing, just sort of looking at the box score this was sort of the dream game that the Bucks were waiting for. When you get the Bucks big three here, all three of them over 25 points. Holiday with the big steal at the end off Booker. Middleton had a great game. Of course, Giannis is going to do what Giannis does. It's all Suns got to do what they got to do tomorrow night, but they do have the home game, but it's going to be a little tricky maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like based on Friday, me, I wasn't possibly probably my right state of mind, but we did speak into existence. Middleton and Holiday had to have their big games, and it actually came to fruition. I mean, it came down neck and neck toward the fourth quarter. Watching it, got a little chippy toward the end too. But I mean, looking at it, I couldn't say no one really had a bad game. But it goes back to what we were saying before, like without like -8, and it's like the Suns really don't have the size or really the physicality or just hate saying this word, the girth to deal with.
Ew.
Heyo.
I mean, Aiden, I think, was like 20 and 10.
Yes.
Booker, he got his probably 40 points, I think, in that game. Chris Paul, people are kind of like blasting him right now. He still had over 20 points, 8 or 9 assists.
he came out with a big three and a floater to actually bring it to 120 to 119. But I mean, shout out to Holiday for that steal and like that steal and the fast break, and also finding Giannis on the break for the oop. I was like, wow, this is a whole different. That was like a whole different turnaround. But like, so we called it on Friday. I guess like the team that actually finds a way to win on the road is actually kind of close enough to win the finals. I mean, it's still too close. I still got Suns at 1.5. You know, we're good. We're good. It's still, but we'll see. We will see. I mean, but next to this, you know me, I'm all about this basketball tournament.
Well, we'll follow the basketball tournament as it goes on, but we gotta keep up with the finals until that ends. So also just another side note, which it's gonna be a lot of side notes tonight. Don't get me wrong, but as it pertains to this game in particular, LeBron was able to get in there somehow with his own bottle of tequila under his seat.
There we go.
Sitting courtside, which I kind of appreciated his official response on his Twitter account. How come? Because they let me? Okay. Well, I mean, you're LeBron. I guess, yeah.
I mean,
maybe the Suns could like start promoting this as offering bottle service for front row.
I mean, drinks are expensive. I'm pretty sure a beer there must probably cost like what? I'm gonna say average $12, maybe. Don't know. Can't be mad at LeBron. Like, hey, like it's expensive. I'm trying to save here. And I invested. I think that's Lobo Tequila. So I guess, trying to promote and show off his investment.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're LeBron, you kind of have that pass of you can show up. People aren't going to really pat you down. Still, that's a large bottle to maybe just have in your pocket. I don't know if you just walk through.
Yeah, I think he was pretty much holding his hand when he popped, sipping from it.
Also, Justin, I'm not able to confirm if, one way or the other, that tequila is made by Rebecca Lobo. But that would be the ultimate basketball tequila, if that is the case.
That's
LeBron,
true.
Rich
true.
Paul, Anthony Davis, and Rebecca Lobo in on this? Oh, what's going to be unstoppable?
That's an all-star team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who knows what happens next? At least he didn't have the same troubles that Patrick Ewing did when he was walking to the Garden. Hey, sir, we need to see some ID. Who are you?
Yeah, he can't even get in there as like head coach of Georgetown. I mean, he probably had a laminate or something. I doubt LeBron had one for this game. They're just like, oh, it's LeBron. Well, he's got something in his mouth, whatever. Just go to your front row seat.
No, LeBron just said, look, I know y'all watched my movie that just came out yesterday, Space Jam 2. Come on, you know me. You know me.
It's LeBron's secret stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, tequila. Rebecca Lobo tequila.
That's the secret stuff. It actually doesn't help them win basketball games. They take it and they'll just pass out. That was the original dark ending to Space Jam 2, was everybody just gets liquored up and passes out, and the
Director's
Monstars
cut.
win.
Yeah.
Children didn't like the test audiences didn't like that ending.
For some reason, it didn't test well.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens tomorrow night. I mean, I would like to see it go to 7. Again, I'm firmly just neutral on this whole thing. Well, and CEO Nick still standing by his prediction of Suns in 1.5. So we'll see. You could probably get that at like minus 800,000 right now.
I will take that.
Probably only available at Arkansas Slims.
True. He'll take that bet.
He'll take
all day, every day.
He will take any bet. But,
so for Game 6, ideally, what do you think are the key factors in order for the Suns to win?
Booker going off, Ayton probably having a good game, and you just got to hope that Middleton or one of Middleton or Holiday does not go off like that again, because
Holiday doesn't have a game where he just goes off on both sides of the court. Like, he's going to play defense, we know that, but if he's putting up 27 and 13, you're probably losing that game.
This right here, that's a loss for the Suns in probably any game. And the last one was pretty close, but that's just not going to be sustainable. I mean, if this happens, anything close to this happens again, it's going to be an uphill battle for the Suns, even at staving off elimination.
If I'm talking to something like, look, guys, just don't suck. Just don't suck. Suck the game less.
Well, I mean,
There's
not
games
sucking would be good.
There's games where you can suck. This is not one of them. It's not one of them.
No, this would be the last one.
Like, score more points than them. And don't suck.
There he goes. See, he's dropping some stats on us.
Hey, I mean, he was wet.
Oh,
Couldn't miss.
Good miss.
It's true.
Arm,
It's true.
Did some weird thing where.
I just want to say this too, as far as the space. I haven't seen the new one. The first one wasn't that good. Like, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really have any kind of like sentimental fondness for the first one. So I feel like it's just like if your kids like it, let them like it. But the first one kind of sucked. Still, like, doesn't age well, and it wasn't that good at the time.
I feel you. Like I did go back and I watched it a couple years ago. I was like, yeah, this definitely. I can see why as a kid I liked it. I could see that, but yeah. So this one, if you're hating on it, look, it's probably not aimed for you. It's definitely aimed for your kids. So
it was cool. Bill Murray was in there. Bugs Bunny.
Wayne Knight was in it.
Yeah, we get to see some of the NBA All-Stars of the time in there, but still, it's just kind of like, doesn't really. I don't like. Oh, Space Jam! I got to watch that like every couple of years. Like that's one of my favorite now.
It's kind of like Power Rangers. Like, you're like, oh my god, this is so cool. And you're older now. You're like, what the hell's going on? Why am I watching this?
Yeah.
I shouted out Bill Murray. Probably the highlight of that whole movie.
Yeah.
But at this point, I feel like we should dive into the bottomless pit over the weekend. Well, I'm just going to lump everything else that we have left into the side piece category. Because we hit, probably the main things that was going on. So without further ado, let me find my side piece intro here. And let's just hit on all the odds and ends that came out over this weekend.
Take that.
Take that. This ain't no pee. All right, right off the top. USA, as you know, we are the Gold Cup show of record.
Oh,
USA goes top of the group. They scored within like 45 seconds yesterday.
Scored so quick.
And hung on to win.
And then nothing else happened.
Yeah, pretty much. Nothing else matters, like Metallica said. But
Exactly.
they did hang on to win, go top of the group. And I believe, but I'm not positive, they are going to be on the opposite side of the bracket from Mexico, which would be ideal.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. That is true.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always kind of worried whenever U.S. goes into a big game, and I guess just kind of comparatively, Canada is somewhat of a big game. They're usually a top 3 or 4 team in these CONCACAF games, but yeah, U.S. holds on, gets the win, sweeps Group B. I was really worried about, of course, the big Martinique game a few days ago, but they somehow survived that one. And then, Mexico gets top of Group A, so that definitely sets up a potential U.S.-Mexico final. I know Mexico will be wanting to get their revenge after losing the prestigious Nations League, which the U.S. has never lost a final of.
Well, we still cannot lose the Nations League final, so just believe in that, USA boys. Come on.
That's right.
I know we have a long and, I don't want to say storied, but established history of losing to Mexico in the Gold Cup final.
Yes.
Maybe all roads somewhat point to that again, but hey,
probably
anything is possible. If we go back-to-back, Nations League and Gold Cup in the same year, boom, watch out, FIFA rankings. We are punching it. Put us in the top 10, you cowards.
That's right.
And that game, our good friend Landon Donovan.
Well, we will see him this Saturday.
Yes.
As they have not lost in, I believe, 9 games now, and facing the hated Phoenix Rising. Take a look at the other side. Costa Rica. What? Do they have games tonight? I believe
Tomorrow.
Oh, okay, tomorrow.
So Costa Rica, Jamaica, they're already through. That's just that's for seeding the
there's no way they're going to be caught.
Whoever gets second in that group is who the U.S. will face on, I believe, Sunday in the next round.
And not really crazy about either of those matchups. To be honest.
No, not really. Not really. I mean, look, you've made it well known. Jamaica is definitely the got to be the pound for pound FIFA ranking kings. But Group D is where it gets interesting. Honduras has already clinched their spot, so now it's pretty much between Qatar and Panama. I believe Panama is actually playing Honduras, so Qatar's kind of got the easier go. All they need to do is get a draw against Grenada, and they will be through. But we'll see how that one plays out tomorrow.
I mean, watching the match Saturday, Qatar? It was a close match between Qatar and Grenada. It was 3-0 when we were watching Saturday.
No, I did not. I saw just maybe bits and pieces of the game that I did catch them on TV just, briefly. But, just in the back of my mind, I'm like, just because soccer is so wildly corrupt, what if Qatar just wins the whole thing? Maybe I wouldn't be totally against it. Getting it on a so-called, amazing. Like what they say in golf, the sponsors exemption.
There you go. And then I hope for the opening game of the World Cup, they have the banner raising ceremony.
Gold Cup champions. I mean, it's no Nations League, but it's something.
Yeah, exactly. Something to hang your hat on.
Connor, stay right there. Oh,
no. This is good.
All right. Well, we are not going to have any kind of Connor footage on the program.
No. He has snot coming out of his nose. What the hell's this? Oh, you're good, buddy. You're good.
All right. Well, before, I wanted to kind of save just any Olympic updates sort of for last here because officially it begins tomorrow with the softball. But let's hit a little baseball.
Oh.
And weekend was a little somewhat interesting for maybe not the best reasons, but it is back from the All-Star break. Couple just weird things that happen. I mean, first of all, the Padres Nationals thing, which was insane on Saturday, with the shooting outside the stadium.
I do want to say this. Special shout out to, obviously, Fernando Tatis Jr. And I still think he's a fucking dickhead, but he did the classy move. He did the right move, Manny Machado, for opening the gates, getting the crowds into the dugouts. Even dickheads can do good things. So shout out to those two guys.
I think it was just a freakish, kind of situation at the point where you just kind of think about, your own and, your family self-preservation thing. We don't know what's happening. So just, you got to come in here and bunker down, whatever. I saw, people were running out of the stadium. They were trying to get people to stay. People didn't know what was going on. Just a bizarre situation. So fortunately, no one was, really hurt. But yeah, just something that really sucked. And let's get into some, let's just get a little lighter here because that was sort of, again, fortunately it ended relatively positively where no one was hurt. They resumed the game Sunday, finished. They played the second game of what had then become a doubleheader. But something that I know we all cherish, the Astros Shame Tour is back. It's fully back, and it was going hard just yesterday. So our beloved Houston Astros staring down a sweep by the White Sox, which they did get swept. But look, it's been too long. It's been way too long for the outrageous trolling that I had really come to expect, from fans of any team throughout the season. So White Sox fans stepped up. They had an inflatable trash can going out in the bleachers.
That is awesome.
Nicely done, Southsiders. Appreciate
Yes.
that.
Yes. I mean, will the trolling ever
Southside.
stop? No, I don't know.
No, I don't know. And of course, it did make its way onto the field. As usually, I mean, if you ever been to a Dodger game, beach balls, they usually end up on the field. The 99-cent store only beach balls usually find their way down. But and there's always one guy that like punches it off the reserve level, like, oh, boo!
And it just gets booed like crazy. Yeah.
Dickhead.
Get him out of here. But we need more of this. Like, the season is we're past the halfway point now with the All-Star game. So keep going hard at the Astros because I don't care. Everyone, all the Astro fans are like, a lot of these guys aren't even on the team anymore. Don't care. Don't care. You guys are.
Some of them still are. That's the point.
You guys are still dickheads.
I actually did. I did find it funny that all the Astros did sit out the All-Star game because they were like. I mean, they all knew. They knew what would happen if they showed up. So.
Can't imagine why. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe
Yeah.
they just had to rest up.
Weird.
And one other bit of kind of baseball insanity over the weekend. CEO Nick maybe could speak on this, although it seemed like it was pretty universally blasted. It did seem like, it didn't seem like, it definitely did happen, that somebody threw a ball at, Tyler and I's boy, Alex Verdugo, with his back turned in the outfield. And, of course, thankfully, this person was ejected. And even the bleacher creatures were, like, shouting this guy out. But what a dickhead.
Yeah. I mean, to Yankees fans, I mean, we're better than this. Looking at it,
This man. I know Tyler and I have
this man?
gone off on this a few times since fans were allowed back, but with all the stuff going on in the NBA, people throwing stuff on the field, or
can we just fucking not, please?
Don't mess it up for all of us, dude. What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, it's a Yankee fan. I'm like, damn. Like, I know it's a rivalry, but still, it's like these are human beings. And in all honesty, we're better than this. We're not fans from Philadelphia. We're not Philadelphia fans. We know better. Like, so ideally, yes, boo this man.
Just get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Like, I mean, I'm kind of worried too that it's gonna come to a point where like a fan might possibly, and I hope not, like they might hurt one of the athletes. Like, who knows? Like, going for a foul ball, you go in there, you get fucking punched, elbowed, spit on, coughed on, catching coronavirus.
Well, I saw, in that video that was obviously filmed from the section, it seemed like the general consensus was like, yeah, this guy he's a dickhead, just throw him out. But also this guy that is kind of like I don't even know how he does it, because it's like a Twitch stream, but he's pretty much just like Yankee super fan. And his live reaction also sort of echoed that, where he was just like, dude, who is this? Get him out of there.
That shit is fucking assault, bro.
Yeah,
he's not even looking your way. You throw a ball at him. Come on,
I mean,
bro.
like I said, that's my next prediction.
Shit is clown, bro. Don't do that shit.
Go into the stand for a
that shit is corny as hell. Don't do that shit. I don't give a fuck if he's a Red Sox.
And you need to move.
Don't do that shit, you fucking clown. I hate that shit, bro. Don't do that shit. He deserves to be mad. Verdugo deserves to be mad, man. Fuck out of here with that guy, bro. That guy's a fucking clown, bro.
I just did like the invocation of like, hey man, you corny.
You corny.
That accent.
Next person says something's getting shot. Please believe
Please
that.
believe that.
That accent.
Yeah, like I kind of read some stuff afterwards. I guess there were some emails that went out to local sports radio, which said like kind of what happened was the kid caught a home run. There was some peer pressure saying like, "Hey, throw it back, throw it back." The kid just kind of succumbed to the peer pressure and just kind of like blindly threw the ball, and it just happened to hit Verdugo. I'll say like I fucking hate that the people at Wrigley even do that. Like, don't be like Wrigley, because Wrigley shouldn't even fucking do that. Like, I'll tell you this: I don't care what stadium I'm at. If I catch a home run ball, I'm fucking keeping that shit. You can miss me with throw this back. Like, dude, fuck that shit. I don't care who hit it. I ain't throwing this shit back.
You're good. You'll tell everybody.
And it could be the case that it could have been an honest mistake. I don't know how you just miss so bad that you hit an opposing player square in the back with a baseball. But so that's unfortunate. But the word came down that he has been banned for life from attending any MLB game. So we'll, I guess, see what happens if this guy ever reappears. But just unfortunate. Like I said, maybe just don't throw shit on the field, like at all.
Look, we all know that's how the Cubs scout for future pitching. Okay, this was documented in the early '90s. But,
I did see Rick of the Year. It's a classic.
Look, we don't need to be doing that. All right, just again, like we said, man, we just came back from a year of not being able to go to live sports. So can we please fucking not, people, like, fucking take it easy. Go enjoy a fucking game. Don't be a fucking dickhead.
Well, I will say, like, we were talking about this earlier before the show. So he's banned for life from all major league stadiums, right? But it said nothing about minor league games. And Tyler, you brought up a good point about the A's.
Yeah, if the A's move to Vegas, can he go to that stadium? Because that wasn't a official stadium when he was banned.
Loopholes.
I don't know. It says for life. I mean, there's still going to be the same amount of stadiums.
It specifically says from the 30 MLB parks. But as of right now, Vegas doesn't have an MLB park, so that shouldn't.
Well, obviously,
that shouldn't
Tyler is representing the young man,
looking
looking for any kind of loophole to get him back to Major League Baseball.
Yeah, kid, if you need an attorney, call me. I only charge $2,000 an hour. I can promise you.
Call me right now, please.
Has this ever happened to you?
Has this ever happened to you?
And then one other thing I wanted to talk about as it pertains to baseball. Well, two more things. And one is very minor. Yesterday, and there's two parts to this. So we talked about the just the absolute insanity of the Pirates doing whatever they were doing against the Cubs earlier this year. I don't know.
And don't forget missing the base on the home run against the Dodgers.
And that. But sort of came back around, in their favor yesterday.
A little bit.
Our guy, Taiwan Walker, just he had a moment. We'll talk about it afterwards.
It's the zone, huh? I mean, that's the. They said to go. It's a fair ball! It's a fair ball! Oh my goodness! It's a fair ball! Do you believe this? It's still in play! Pirates score 3! Oh my gosh! We've seen it all now! We've seen it all! Taiwan Walker! There goes Rojas. He might not be the first. He just bumped the home plate umpire. We have seen it all. Walker shoveled the ball away, and it was fair.
All right. A few things on that. So,
can I remind you of something? That this is your first place Mets, guys. Well, not yours, but
NL East leading.
Well, I mean, who knows now? DeGrom is hurt, apparently. So we'll see what happens. But for one thing, I do like a manager just blindly going out there, Luis Rojas. Like, none of the facts. I don't care about the facts. Boom, just immediately getting ran out. And then, like, oh, now I got to get my money's worth, like chest bumping the guy. But look, all right. maybe it's a bang play. Taiwan Walker thought it maybe was foul, and he tried to knock it, but he scooped it like all the way to the dugout. And then when the play was still like clearly going,
He's just
someone
there.
go get that ball. Like, just go grab it. Like, threaten to throw it to home plate. They're all standing around. They're already arguing. Like, 3 runs scored. The guy, the most damning one was the guy that was like halfway between second and third. And they're still just kind of like, he just rounds the bases and scores.
At that, you have to channel your inner Wally Backman. Catcher, get out of the way. Catcher, get out of the way.
Get out of the way, catcher.
Yeah, I mean, a lot to digest that play. Like I said, look, it's nice to see the Pirates on the other end of one of these plays for once. That's good for them. They've definitely suffered quite a bit. But let's just start from the beginning. Like, look, I've gone back and I've looked at the replay of that. Like, you can look at it from multiple angles. Like, one angle will make it look like a fair ball, one will make it like a foul ball. I get it. If you want to argue that, fine, whatever. But like, you didn't need to like smack it all the way into the dugout. Like, you could have just kind of like
picked it up,
just kind of knocked it foul a little bit. You know, like you don't need to smack it away because
you just
this
shit
like that
and
happens.
then pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because when you hit it hard, shit like that happens. Turns out it's fair. Now 3 guys are running. So
well, every time you see a ball rolling down the line and it just goes over, you see someone tap it and pick it up. Like, all right, it's foul now. Like, that's it. Like, it never got to the base.
But you pick it up like just in case. So and rough play there.
Then the Pirates factor, they did lose that game. They lost that game 7-6.
Did everyone touch the base?
Well, everyone already had scored in the first inning for the Pirates, so I'm guessing they did. But the Mets did come back and win that game.
The Mets came back.
Their fearless leader.
The Mets came back to avoid getting swept by the Pirates. By the way, let that also be noted.
Yeah, I just thought the aggressive, like, wow, like ping pong swat, like, what are you doing? Like, you just nudge it. You just nudge it over the line, and then you grab it. Like, all right, foul ball.
That was like a Jenny Finch, like, follow through when she releases her pitch. Just fucking. Like,
even if it was clearly foul, that you just like tap it,
just pick it up, bro.
Like, all right,
just pick it up, bro.
All right, it's a foul ball. We just run it back. I don't know. That was bizarre. Again, it was fortunate at the time to see the Pirates be on the right side of one of those clearly fundamental breakdowns, but they still lost.
Yeah. The Mets being the Mets, but still finding a way to not lose the game is kind of un-Mets-like.
Maybe this year it's kind of Mets-like. I mean, they're still in first place somehow.
They're somehow in first. I don't know how.
One other thing.
This is the
baseball.
They'll project them They'll project them to maintain first place and make a playoff push. This is that play.
They ride this momentum, that comeback win.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the question is who in that division is going to catch them? Like, Washington's not great. Atlanta's been underachieving.
There's 2 or 3 games behind. But, I mean, it's Philadelphia, and, fuck them.
Yeah, Philly's not going to catch them. I mean, Philly's Philly. Maybe the Marlins go on a run? I don't know.
Atlanta minus Acuna?
Yeah, but they got Jock Peterson now, so they're good.
But that's if it's a buy or a sell by the time the deadline comes. Like if the Braves are still in it, it's like, all right, we can possibly buy in. If not, all right, well, Jock Peterson, it was nice knowing you. Get your ass out.
Could be on his way to being like the next, Todd Zeal or something. He'll just play for like 25 teams.
Ooh.
Nice pull.
Yes.
One last thing. We already had really bashed as hard as we could on the City Series hats from New Era, but their patch fascination just continues. I don't know. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but
I honestly, I just think at this point in time, New Era is just out of ideas, and they're just scratching for anything.
I mean, if they're going to go this route, also, I mean, I hate the Yankees. Sorry, Nick, but I want to see the Yankee version because you put all those patches on there, it's going to be insane.
It's that hat is actually just
like a
27. It's just 27 patches sewn together. Is all that hat is.
Oh god.
These patches are load bearing. Like the hat will not be structurally sound without the patches.
Exactly. That is crazy. Like wow. It's like
that is disgusting. I don't know why. New Era, just maybe let's get a horse. Go live in a mountain somewhere. Don't bother anyone.
Don't bother anybody. Yeah.
Has this ever happened to you?
And on that note, before we get out of here, we got to touch on the Olympics, which officially begin tomorrow with the opening round of the softball tournament. Like I said, I still like my idea. Italy, put up your Euro trophy against our Nations League trophy. Please put it all up on the line. Let's go. But this will be our first Olympic action. And, well, as much as, it's already been pushed back a year, but it seems like the whole thing is just as much of a shit show as we all thought it was going to be. We got an alternate gymnast from the U.S. team already testing positive. Another alternate with contact tracing being sat out. Zach Levine being sat out. He can't even travel with the team. I feel like this is just going to get worse, but greedily I want to see the Olympics go off and make it all the way through, but I don't know if this is the best idea at this point.
Oh yeah, it's really not. It's only going to get worse. I think we are going to start seeing possibly some big names in sports having to sit out and miss just because it's a pretty bad situation over there.
All right, I don't know what's going on at the.
Are you?
No. He's my arm. God damn. Fuck, that hurt. God, beat the shit out of my arm.
See? Wednesday, would you have some women's on? Thank God.
This is Wednesday overnight.
That. Hopefully,
Wednesday
no one
overnight,
else
by the way,
gets sick.
Yeah, Wednesday overnight. So we have those softball games are all on Thursday.
It is Tokyo.
Yeah, basically from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. Pacific time is when all the action will be every day. So, but from what I understand, NBCSN is basically just going to be replaying stuff all throughout the day. So tune into that if you miss it. But yeah, look, opening up with softball and soccer, man, I'm excited. Like I'm just like you, like selfishly, I definitely want this to go because I love the Olympics. I hated missing it last year. I would love to see them complete it, but also realistically knowing like, yeah, it's probably only going to get worse before it gets better with the COVID situation.
Yeah, I mean, even like the Olympics, they're trying their best, like fight the Rona and fight the clap, like. So I mean, at least there's something being done right now.
I just feel like, as more people get there, it starts going off. We're more.
Oh, Ronnie's still there.
Can't hear him.
Oh no, did we lose him?
Did we lose him?
Looks like we lost him.
Oh,
now
he's back.
It was dying, so I just saw the writing on the wall. One last thing with the Olympics, and this has come out over the last couple of days. Varying theories on this, but I think after today we kind of got to the bottom of it. But it's fun to hypothesize.
Pun intended. Pun intended.
Yes. In the interest of recyclable, look, Ed, let's just be honest. Like, if you host the Olympics, you're probably not doing it to make money. I mean, you're probably going to lose a lot of money, especially in this case. Like Tokyo, even a country that has a lot of stadiums, facilities set up for this kind of thing, with a year delay, they're losing all kind of money. But came up with these recyclable cardboard beds, which rumor floating around was maybe to prevent, extracurricular Olympic Village activities.
They called it a
and I was firmly believing that theory at the time, but
firmly, pun intended.
yes, pun intended. But it's since been disproven. These are very strong cardboard beds. So whatever these athletes want to do, totally, these beds can take it. I just think it, is really more of a practical move to have beds that you can recycle afterwards. But I'll go along with the theory that maybe it was, and I'm sure, the organizers in Tokyo do not want this kind of fraternizing going on because of, please, for the love of God, we already have a huge COVID problem. Please don't even get close to anyone, let alone in this manner. But this is just going to be so crazy. This whole Olympics. I mean, if we make it to the end, woo, we'll see.
Wait, is James Harden playing in the Olympics right now?
He is.
Oh, man. Nope. Yep. This isn't going to work.
Yeah, I mean, look, anybody that's kind of read anything about what goes on in the Olympic Village, it is just basically, if you're not competing, you are just trying to hit whatever you can. That's kind of the story that goes around pretty much every Olympics. I know they hand out tons and tons and tons of condoms. Although from what I'm told, from what I've read, they are telling the athletes, hey, like, here's some condoms, but like save them for home. Which I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. Like those aren't making it home. I can assure you that.
But don't use them. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
Can't wear them as a joke.
Look, I posited this theory kind of before we started the show. Like I think now that it's been maybe proven that these beds just will not collapse or can maybe support the weight of more than one person. I think people will be testing how hard they can go to break these beds here.
Oh, we're gonna have a spike. We are definitely gonna have a spike out there in Tokyo.
Oh yeah. Okay. Pun intended. Pun intended.
Yes.
If it's not the Rona, it's going to be the clap. Ow! God, you bit me. Thank you. Yes.
Well, we will see what happens. Let's just at this point, let's just hope we make it all the way to the closing ceremonies.
Let's hope everybody.
You know what? Shut it down.
Safe.
Scrap it. This was a bad idea.
Get out of here.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a shit show. But you know what? While they're doing the events, I will be watching as much as I can.
So yeah, enjoy while you can, Olympics fans. Because who knows? Lord only knows how long this will last. But and the vets, we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But we will update you on Wednesday with the latest and greatest. We will have an update. Whatever happens tomorrow night in the NBA Finals, whatever is hopefully positively going on at the Olympics at that point. But I'm sure we're going to have more. Probably not great news, but we'll see. We'll see.
We're hoping for the best. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back here on Wednesday. Nick, thank you very much for calling in. Always love having you on here.
Back.
But yes, we'll be back here on Wednesday. Hopefully not too light of Wednesday. Have some good news. But thank you guys for watching. We love you. You know the drill. Keep the fire.
Keep the fire.